What's going on, people? Haven't made a video in a while. There's plenty of content out there about the stupidity that continues to go on, so I'm watching their content and not paying attention to mine. You see the plant, my wife's growing pepper plants to put outside once the weather, breaks. Anyhow, this is about Democrats and their tendency to just cave at every turn, which is ridiculous. This, like I always said, two-party system in this country is going to kill it because they can't quit being, stupid. But first, let's get to Jabba the Gut, the Orange Man in Washington, D.C. Again, he's decided to hold off on his tariffs one more time because he acts like there's actually negotiating anything. Freaking moron. And the people who, the traitorous MAGA group that follows him, you people you're just gullible, stupid, and you continue to prove that point every time he changes, does a 180. Because what it is you have an idiot that can't admit he's wrong ever. And rather than admit this isn't going to have the outcome that I had hoped for, he just keeps delaying it because he's realizing that what he's doing is, he says he's not paying attention to the stock market. Yeah, okay. A guy's whose bottom line is dictated by the stocks that his money's in. Yeah, he's not sure. Again, it's about his pocketbook, and it ain't got nothing to do with what he's going to do to you. They've already told you they're willing for you to suffer and deal with the consequences of what they're doing. They got no problem with that. It's when it hits their pocketbook that it becomes an issue, and you people are still too. For people who claim they hated the corporate oligarchs that we have, that they were destroying our country, it didn't take you long to fall over and start licking their boots. Because every one of them that you are now worshiping and following, they're just rich people looking out for their own self-interest. But you keep licking their boots. You keep kissing their ass. Good job. Anyway, this is about Democrats. If anybody watched the State of the Union, I did not. I refused to give them ratings on it because he's an idiot. And I knew he was going to do nothing but stand up there and lie. And I can listen, I can hear snippets of his lies any day because it's every day. But what was really frustrating and irritating was the fact that Democrats sat there in silence with their little signs like that was defying something. And then Mr. Al Green stood up and actually defied them and actually spoke out right there on live TV to his face, got walked out. They all should have walked out with him. But being the cowards that they are, as usual, they sat there on their hands doing nothing, trying to make it look like they were resisting. That's not resistance. The time for civility is gone. And if that's what you think you can still do, be civil to these people, not act, you don't have to lie. You can tell the truth and be loud and get your point across, because that's what you're going to have to do. But you continue to do what Democrats do. You sit back and think, the high road crap, that bullshit that you keep spilling, no, it's cowardice. It's cowardice. Speak up, because you're not going to win another election as long as you're being viewed as weak. And that's what you are right now. You're just weak. You have very few members. You have Jasmine Crockett standing up, speaking out. You have Bernie Sanders standing up, speaking out. You have AOC standing up, speaking out. I don't agree with all these people, but at least they're standing up and fighting for everyday Americans and speaking out loudly. Loudly. While the rest sit on their hands. They voted for censure in the House because of what Mr. Green did. and 10 Democrats voted for it. This is the Democrat Party. We need to wipe both these parties off the map and start over. We need a third party. And I know people say, well, you know what? It's got to start somewhere. If you never start here, you're never going to get there. So at some point, you got to start here. And quit going, oh, you can't. No, they're just protecting themselves. But we need people that, for the people. No more corporate bullshit. For the people. And if you haven't heard of them, go follow them. Sons of Liberty. Die or be mad about it. Go follow them. This is the group that's going to help push this agenda in that direction. Because Democrats aren't fighting for us. They're protecting themselves. When they say civility, they mean cowardice. When they say compromise, they mean we cave. Because that's what they're doing. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. If you're hoping for the Democrats to come save you, ain't going to happen. If you're hoping for anyone to come save you, ain't going to happen. It's time to stand up. They're having a protest march in Washington, D.C., March 14th for veterans. They're getting ready to lay off 78,000 workers at the VA. How do you think that's going to affect our veterans? What does that say how they feel about our veterans? That they're willing to cut that many people out of a system for people who gave everything in defense of this country. But yet they're all about veterans. They love veterans. Yeah, they love them when they can stand them up on a TV camera and get a photo op. But when it comes down to the nuts and bolts, just like children, they're pro-birth. But after that, good luck. Are you hungry? Too bad. And the Democrats are doing nothing. And I don't want to hear another Democrat. Alyssa Slotkin, you won't never get my vote again. You won't never get I won't vote for a MAGA moron, but you won't never get my vote again. You caving, sorry excuse for a representative. No. Done with it. You can't stand up and do what you claim you're doing. Actually fighting for the American people, the working class people. And you want to cave and give in to bills that get rid of people's, take away protections that the Constitution guarantees. I got no use for you no more. No. So yeah. Go ahead. Keep being the cowards that you always project yourself to be. And you'll keep losing elections. That's how it works. This day and age, I don't know where you think that you can bring this back to a norm. The norms are gone. It's over. MAGA and the Nazi MAGA have destroyed that. These norms aren't coming back. And the rest of us that believe in fairness, empathy, equity for everyone, that supported your party because you claim to have those same values, you're proving again and again you don't have the fight in you for the fight that's coming. Stand aside. That's my video for today. Go check out Sons of Liberty. There's two groups with that name. You'll know when you find it because the gentleman, Big Sarge, that does the videos for it on YouTube, he makes no qualms about who he does not like. So you'll know you're on the right channel. And hey, I appreciate you guys taking the time. Be safe. Time to fight.